5 Reasons Titans Should Be Your Next Superhero TV Show Binge. It's perfectly bingeable. There are tons of shows that have hung around on my to-watch list for far too long for no other reason than that catching up on them, with their 3 to 5 22-episode-long seasons, just seems like such a monumental task. Fortunately, Titans' first season is a mere 11 episodes, each around 40 minutes long. Which means you'll be able to easily immerse yourself in the stories of the 4 core members and come along on their respective journeys in the course of a single week, or weekend, depending on how you like to budget your time. Titans does a great job with each of its individual episodes, with the self-contained episodes that only lightly touch the overall season arc being among the best of the season. Each episode has its own unique mood and atmosphere to it. The more Rachel-focused episodes feel like something out of a horror movie, while Dick's standalone episodes run either detective noir or straight-up comic book goodness. There's plenty of fantastic action, comic book Easter eggs and strong character-driven moments to keep you wanting more, and I bet you'll be halfway through the season before you even realize that almost 6 hours have passed. The found family feels are real. Titans keeps its team members apart for a few of the early episodes, making sure to give us just enough to become interested in them before quickly bringing the whole team together. And as great as each of the individual Titans are, the show understands that we're here to watch a show about a superhero team and obliges us nicely. The first 2 heroes to meet are Rachel and Dick, and it takes Dick about an entire scene before he goes ahead and basically becomes a certified dad. For a guy who starts the show out by saying "fuck Batman," he sure does follow pretty closely in his estranged mentor's footsteps, collecting orphaned children, helping them and doing everything that he can to protect them. From there, the rest of the Titans eventually come together, and they very quickly become a pretty damn functional family of outcasts and misfit superheroes. In fact, the first season of Titans is really less of a superhero team-up show than it is a show about a bunch of lost and lonely individuals coming together to form a makeshift family in the wreckage of their broken and forgotten lives. So if that sounds like it's right up your alley, then Titans is absolutely the show for you. It's a DC fan's dream. Titans leans hard into the fact that it's a show on a DC streaming site. I don't just mean in terms of its violence, horror elements or adult themes, but in the fact that it's able and willing to play in the DC Comics' proverbial sandbox of characters and history. It doesn't just give us little snippets of Easter eggs, sly winks to the audience that hint at the existence of broader universe. Instead, it drops us full into the world of DC Comics. Dick Grayson might scroll past Anna Troy's name in the 2nd episode, but in the 8th episode she shows up as a major character for a multiple-episode run. Fan-favorite characters like Jason Todd get entire episodes to interact with our main heroes, while more obscure heroes like Hawk and Dove and Robotman and the Doom Patrol likewise get their own prolonged moments in the show's spotlight. And that end of the season post-credit scene? Holy shit, I get tingly just thinking about it. Anna Diop as Corianders, Starfire. There are plenty of people who would put Anna Diop's Starfire at number 1 on this list, and they'd be absolutely right to do so. I would, too, if it weren't for that while as badass as Anna Diop was this season, and as great as all her scenes were, she was still relatively underutilized. It makes sense, seeing as the narrative centered around Rachel Roth and the major character arc for the season belonged to Dick Grayson. Still, she was so electric and engaging every moment that she was on screen that it's my deepest and most sincere hope that the 2nd season will belong to her, both in terms of plot and character. But while we wait for that 2nd season, you can become acquainted with the truly badass, beautiful and deadly Corianders in Titans Season 1. Forgive the terrible pun, but for a character whose superhero name is Starfire, the only way to describe Cori in this show is cool. Everything about her is just so damn awesome, from the way Gar and Rachel immediately recognize her ultimate authority, to the fact that Dick Grayson takes about 0.2 seconds to regard her as an equal and a partner, to even the way that she walks. I spent every episode that she was in this season wondering if I wanted to be her, or if I wanted to marry her, and honestly, I'm still not sure which one I'd want to pick. Brenton Thwaites as Dick Grayson, Robin. As much as I love Corey, and clearly, from all the time I spent gushing over her in this article and so many of my Titans reviews, I love her a whole lot, I have to say that Brenton Thwaites' work as Dick Grayson is the best reason to watch Titans. Brenton Thwaites is just such a superbly talented actor, able to easily slip from being a dark and bloody vigilante, to a gentle and caring father figure, to a wry and gently teasing best friend, and then to a powerful and authoritative team leader all in one episode. Dick Grayson has shouldered the weight of the emotional storytelling of this season, and Brenton Thwaites pulled it all off magnificently. I don't feel like I'm exaggerating in the least when I say that this season of Titans would not have been half as successful had it not been for the tremendous job that he did playing a Dick Grayson who is searching for who he is and what he wants his life to be post-Robin. And he's not just good at his role as Dick Grayson, he's the kind of good that makes everyone else better, too. He can play off every single person in the show, with his chemistry with Corey and his paternal care for Rachel being the standouts, easily making you believe in their characters and his relationship with them. I've been in the DC fandom long enough now to have seen a countless number of fancasts of Dick Grayson through the years, but with Brenton's work in this role, it'll be incredibly difficult for me to see anyone but him as the boy wonder. If you watch the show for no other reason, then let it be to see Brenton Thwaites take on the mantle of the erstwhile Robin and soon-to-be Nightwing.
Like he was really
it's
far
totally
removed
worth
from the
it.
Dick